Hello, it's De'Belle Makeovers here. You're welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be showing you the basic makeup brushes you need and how to use them. So without further ado, let's get started. Since I'm using my face to demonstrate the uses of these brushes, so I'm going to be naming and explaining their uses as I go along. The first brush I'm going to be talking about is the foundation brush. It can come in different types. You have the flat foundation brush, which is the one I'm holding now. Other two are round foundation brushes. You can see one has a flat surface and the other is angled, like it's slanted at the top. Now, these foundation brushes are based on individual preferences. Some people are more comfortable with the flat foundation brush, while some people are more comfortable with the rounded foundation brushes, and some other people are more comfortable with the beauty sponge. So you will want to go for the one that you are more comfortable with, whether it's the flat foundation brush, the round foundation brushes, or the beauty sponge. I should also say that the flat foundation brush is a bigger version of the concealer brush, so they look very much alike. They are like the same thing, it's just the difference is just in size. So for today, I'm using the flat foundation brush to apply the foundation on my face, then I'll blend it out with the beauty sponge. I personally don't like to apply my foundation directly with beauty sponge because I feel like it absorbs too much foundation. So to avoid wastage, I use the flat foundation brush first before using the beauty sponge. Also, please note that your beauty sponge should be damp, it should not be dry. My concealer has a brush, or is it an applicator, so I don't have any need to use a concealer brush, but I've already explained that a concealer brush is just a smaller version of the flat foundation brush. For blending the concealer, I'll be using the beauty sponge. I feel very comfortable using beauty sponge because it has different sections that fit into different parts of the face. Moving on, this is a highlighting brush. It's usually tapered at the tip, like almost pointed, and that is so that you can get into the corners of your eyes or anywhere you need to use the brush. So I normally use it to set my highlights. If you don't have your beauty sponge, you can also use it to apply your concealer when you are highlighting. So for this brush, this is an angled blush brush. You can use that for your contour. It's angled, so it's easier to get that angled shape that you want to get when you are doing your contour. You can use it for your liquid concealer for contouring, and you can also use it for the powder contour. So this is a rounded blush brush. I use it to apply my blush. I actually use them interchangeably, but you can decide to set one apart for your contour and set another one apart for your blush. The next brush I'll be talking about is the small contour brush. So this small contour brush is just a smaller version of the angled contour brush for the face. You can see it's also slanted. So I'm going to use that to contour my nose. Now, ideally, this brush is for contouring your eyes, so you can use it for your eyeshadow contour as well. If you are new to this channel, this is De'Belle Makeovers. I'm a makeup artist based in Lagos, Nigeria. Please subscribe to my channel. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Now is a good time to like this video. Also leave a comment and share to your friends. The next brush is the powder brush. It doesn't need any introduction. Most of the time, it's usually the biggest brush in the brush set. It's round, it's fluffy, so you use it to apply powder all over your face. Here I'm using the powder brush to apply powder on the remaining parts of my face that I have not set already. These are the basic brushes you need for your face. So now I'm moving to the brushes for the eyes. The first brush I'll be talking about is the angled brow brush. I use this brush for 3 different things. I use it to highlight my brows. That's to apply concealer to highlight the brows. I also use it to draw my brows when I'm using a brow gel, and I also use it to line my eyes when I'm using a gel eyeliner. I would advise to get more than one of these so you can be using them for different purposes. Another brush you can use to highlight your brows is the rounded flat brush. There are some brow brushes that don't come angled. They have round edges even though they are flat. So you can use that instead if you are more comfortable with that. That is what I used When getting a brow brush, make sure you get a firm one and also a very flat one. The flatter your brush is, the sharper your brows will look. For a detailed eyebrow tutorial, check the description box. I'll leave the links there. To blend the brow highlighter and to make sure that there are no concealer streaks on our brows, you use a blending brush to blend it out. So I'm going to be talking about blending brushes now. First of all, I'll start by saying that blending is the most important thing in makeup. Whatever it is that you are doing, your blending is key. Is it your foundation application? Your blending is key. Your eyebrows, your eyeshadow, your lipstick, everything needs proper blending. What I mean by blending is that there's a seamless transition from whatever product you're applying to the next product beside it. Especially when you want to use different colors of eyeshadow on your eyes, you want to make sure that the colors blend seamlessly into each other. You want to make sure that there are no harsh lines in between them, and that is where your blending brushes come into play. Blending brushes come in different sizes. They can be big, they can be small, and that's because some people have large lid space and some people's eyes are small, so the lid space is not much. So if you have small lid, you want to use a small blending brush that would not mess up your eye work. Also, there are some blending brushes that are firm while some are fluffy. Those ones that are firm, that are packed densely, they are good for applying your contour eyeshadow, because it will really deposit the color that you want to put there, as against the fluffy ones that will blend them out easily. Apart from using blending brushes for my eyes, I also have some blending brushes that I use specifically for blending my lipsticks together. I always say blending brushes are one of the key brushes to look out for when you are buying your brush set. You need enough blending brushes in your brush set. In case you don't have enough blending brushes, you can always pick it up individually. So I'm going to be moving on to eyeshadow brush now. So eyeshadow brushes are usually flat compared to your blending brushes that is rounded. Your eyeshadow brushes are always flatter. They can be very flat or they can be fluffy, but they always have that flat shape, and that is for applying eyeshadow on your eyelid. Eyeshadow brushes also come in different sizes. There are small eyeshadow brushes, there are large eyeshadow brushes. So depending on your eyelid size or eyelid space, if you have small eyes, you want to use small eyeshadow brush. If you have larger eyes, you want to use bigger eyeshadow brush. I need to say that this is not a makeup tutorial. I'm only doing this so that you can see how to use your brushes. If you have any questions as regarding makeup tutorial, or you want me to film any look, please let me know in the comment section. I'm explaining these brushes in order of their usage so that you would know what to look out for when you want to buy a brush set. I just used the flat and good brush that I talked about initially to line my eyes, and also applying blush with the blush brush. I already spoke about that earlier. Next thing I'm going to be doing is highlighter. So I'm using like a smaller version of that highlighting brush that I used for the under eyes. You can see it's also tapered, like almost pointed. So I'm using it to apply my highlighter because I really don't want the highlighter to spread. I want it to be concentrated at a point, so that's why I'm using a very small brush. You can also use a fan brush. I don't have that, but you can see it in the picture there. So if that is what is in your brush set, that will also work for you. Last but not the least, I'll be talking about the lip brush. The lip brush is a small detailed brush with rounded edges, and it is for blending your liner into your lipstick so that there are no harsh lines. You can also use a blending brush for this. I spoke about that earlier. So tell me, which of these brushes are you going to be buying, or which ones do you feel are not necessary? Let me know in the comment section. And if you found this video helpful, please don't forget to like and share to your friends. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.